Welcome to the show, Allowed to Talk. And today I want to talk about a subject that is nothing. I want to talk about nothing, the subject nothing, which to a lot of people say, well, if you're going to talk about nothing, then you don't have anything to say. But I have a lot to say. But the subject for today's show is nothing. And the song. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. And you got to have something if you want to be with me. Well, that's not the kind of nothing I'm talking about. But the word nothing, and sometimes you do nothing and can do nothing, or you should have done nothing. The word nothing. And I'm out on the porch today, on the back porch, on the deck. It's a beautiful deck. Because my granddaughter has COVID now, and I'm trying not to get it. I had it twice, so it's not fun. So at least I was tested one of the times, and the other time I just figured it was it because I was so sick. But I'm praying and hoping that COVID is just another cold that we have to go through, because my son-in-law was sick too, but he tested negative, so I just don't understand sometimes. Sometimes, no matter what you do, there's nothing you can do to stop it. It happens. Somehow you picked up the whatever, how you get COVID. So, nothing. Lots of times for people in this world, there's strife, there's struggles, there's heartache, there's medical places you have to go, there's medical conditions that you have, there's things that you try to do and want to do, but you can't, and you don't do it. You don't listen to the doctor, what he says to do to help you with whatever your disease is. And there's times when they do all that they can. They do everything that's available in today's world here in the United States of America is what I'm talking about, because that's where I live. Where do you live? What do they do about situations like that? And sometimes they do all they can, and then there is nothing they can do. That's where the word nothing comes in. There's nothing they can do for you anymore. Now, what can I do as a Christian? I can pray and ask God for it. But sometimes, no matter how much you ask Him, His answer is, no, there's nothing I'm going to do for you. And that's how it is. We chose sin. We're given free will to choose right from wrong, good from evil, and we chose to believe Satan, who is the father of lies, and he disguises himself as an angel of light. So no wonder we screw up so much. And a lot of times, nothing gets done. Nothing. And sometimes in my lifetime, I've wanted something. I want this something. It's so special. I saw this pink bathing suit at Boss Cobb's department store, and man, did I want it, covet over it. I wanted it. So my mom goes, I'm like 14 at this time, and I beg her and I bug her and beg her. I just wear her down. So one time I got what I wanted, and I get this beautiful pink bathing suit. It was expensive at that time. Not today's world, it wouldn't be, but back in the 1970s, 1970, around that time, this is a lot of money. She bought me this beautiful pink, now listen to the word pink, bathing suit. So I take it to the YMCA and I'm wearing it, and we're having these scuba diving lessons. No, that wasn't the time. It wasn't scuba lessons. We were swimming with all the kids. That's what it was. Scuba lessons came like 10 years later. What am I talking about? Anyway, sometimes I forget and I can't remember nothing. Using the word nothing today, I'll go into a room and say, I know I was coming in here for something, but right now I don't remember anything. Nothing. I remember nothing. And I think of a song for the show or a topic, and the day before, and if I don't write it down, what the topic I want to talk about, you know what comes to my mind? Nothing. Anyway, back to the pink bathing suit. So I get this pink bathing suit. We're swimming at the Y with all the kids that were going to the Y at the time. And I thought I was pretty cool in this pink bathing suit. It looked good on me, dry. But as soon as it got wet, you could see through it. Need I say any more? I wish I wouldn't have wanted the bathing suit. I would have been better off with nothing. Well, not wearing nothing, but with no new bathing suit, because you could see through it and see things that I didn't want anyone to see. So I stayed in the water the whole time and got out and put the towel right around me after we were done swimming at the YMCA that time. And a lot of times, you know, you should do nothing. And why do I do nothing sometimes? Sometimes I just do nothing because it's so upsetting to me that I just don't want to do anything. And I guess that's pretending in a way, because you don't speak it up. Speak up your mind or say what's bothering you. But I did let my family that I'm living with now know that I wanted a kitchenette. And they know that, so now I say nothing about it. But there are days when I have a little hissy fit about it. I want a kitchenette, because there's times, not usually, but once in a while, where we're in the kitchen at the same time, and I feel like I'm in the way. You all saw that video. If you didn't, you can say, watch. Go look at that one about, do you ever feel in the way? Because I do. I believe that's my childhood still, that 5% of me that has flashbacks, and I'm triggered by things, and it's difficult, but I'm trying to have my emotions about it, pray about it, talk about it with my husband, and realize there's nothing I can do to go back in time. At this time I do nothing, because we sold our house up there. We spent all the money we made buying a camper and paying off some of our credit cards and our Sleep Number beds, which I love, by the way, the Sleep Number beds. I recommend them for a good night's sleep. They help me sleep because I can put the back up and the bottom up for my legs, and the back up for my acid reflux, for my stomach pain. And sometimes with the stomach pain I take medicine, but sometimes there's nothing you can do except not eat. Just sit still. Because you know when I feel the best with my stomach? When I eat nothing. But you can't live without eating, so I have to eat something. So I have a list of foods, and I know what I can and can't eat that does the least amount of what I'm going to say is, because I don't know what it is, like if you have an ulcer in your stomach or esophagus. The best thing to eat is nothing. So that's when I feel the best. Like right now I didn't eat yet. It's almost 11 o'clock. I don't eat till after 11 because I feel much better when I eat nothing. And sometimes you do nothing, because if you have a contract signed with someone that you're going to sell your house, and then the house at the time when you got all excited, the house that your family looked at had an apartment above a garage, and you were thinking you were getting a kitchenette, but I didn't, and I'm happy with our room. It's like our room here at this house, and it's a gorgeous house. I love living here. Our room is like an exclusive hotel room, and our bathroom's gorgeous too, but we're putting a door in to make it like an ensuite. But you don't always get what you want, and sometimes you should be happy that you don't have nothing, you know, that you have something and it's not nothing. And then on Sunday, because today's Tuesday, I got the memories on Facebook, and from my sister who died 11 years ago, I commented that we were settled in our new little house that we bought. We sold the bigger house, which I wanted a different house then, but we ended up with a worse house because I wanted this short sale house, and we ended up buying another house because the short sale fell through. But I didn't get nothing. I got a house, but it wasn't what I wanted. But back to my sister Jean, who passed away 3 years ago. Her comment when I said we are moving in the Love Shack. The Love Shack is a little old place where we can get together. Love Shack, baby. It was our Love Shack because it was a shack until we put about 10,000 into it to get it up. My husband did all the work, so I have videos on that, but I don't have them posted on. They're on Facebook. I don't have them posted on YouTube. But the Love Shack was a mess when we bought it, and then we got it all fixed, sold the big house finally, the more expensive house, and then we had the Love Shack. It was paid in full, I think, yeah, because we sold that. We got it for a certain amount. We sold it for like $20,000 more than we paid for it just less than a year later to move to Webb City, Missouri, and now we're in Prattville, Alabama. Prattville, Alabama, y'all. And, you know, the comment my sister Jean, that's been gone 3 years in heaven, hallelujah, about me moving into our new little love shack, and we have it fixed the way we want it. We needed it. I always want more than I have for some reason. But she commented, because she was a Christian woman, she is a Christian woman, and loves the Lord. She goes, you know this, Catherine, you will never be satisfied until you're with God in His presence, in eternity, in heaven. You'll never be satisfied. And sometimes nothing satisfies me. Nothing is good enough. Nothing is right. I don't do anything good enough. I can never do anything right. And you know that's not true. It's just the voices in your head that you hear from your childhood sometimes. What's wrong with you? How dumb are you? What did you do today? I'd like to not have a double chin or be old and haggy looking like an old lady. But it's, what's the other alternative? But then it's heaven, so you know not which is right, which is best. To live in thee is life to me. To die is eternal rest with Jesus. Have I been in heaven? No. I am not one of those who died and came back and know what it's like or saw it. So it's like a mystery. But sometimes nothing is good enough. Nothing is what I want. But I have everything I need. And so does my family that lives here with me. But sometimes, as our flesh is, it's like, who took the last this out of the fridge? Where is that meat I had? And then I feel like I'm the one who's in the way. And that's from my childhood. You should be seen and not heard. You shouldn't be in the way. And then they're sick with COVID, and I'm hiding out because I don't want to get sick again. And then I'm like, I look for stuff, I can't find it. It's in the other fridge, and I'm losing my mind because I can't find it. Nothing is right. Nothing is good enough. Nothing is what I get. Nothing. And that is not true. But I know now at age 66 that I will never be 100% satisfied until I'm in glory, in eternity with Jesus, in His presence, in the presence of God, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. But sometimes you just have to do nothing, say nothing. Have your emotions, cry about it. Like when I saw a yellow lab on a thing, on a necklace that was so cute, but I didn't want the necklace, but I remembered my yellow lab, and that I didn't do nothing for her the day we put her down. I could have went and got a cheeseburger for her from McDonald's or something just to say, here's your last meal. But that day she was in pain and couldn't walk, and we took her, and I said, I'm staying, and that was hard to stay with her, but I did. And that day I didn't do nothing, but I stayed. But I feel like I should have done more for her before. So I cried my head off about that. I bawled. And then I cried about that my sister Thelma got me a seat for a bench for my Baldwin Fun Machine, which that was the name of it, the Baldwin Fun Machine, a keyboard. And I got rid of that. I don't really want it. It was old. It's just a material thing. But that she would do that for me, get me that bench. And think of me to bring it to me, a piano bench. And I don't need material things like I told my husband. But sometimes, like the topic of this show today, nothing is good enough. But it is. I have everything I need. So I hope you're having a wonderful day and that you just keep dancing.